Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Zach Wilson and the New York Jets.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Highmark Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Well, here come the Bills, and you don't have to look hard to find their fifth-year star QB, taken 7th overall back in 2018, Josh Allen.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
From the 45 on second down, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Throwing on first down is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Bills at 11-1 now on the year. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Allen again. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Well, we get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, 2nd overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, 21 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, get
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On third down, Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Allen, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To the air, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a 2nd option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Allen to throw it. Being chased out left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Looking to throw. Allen. And it's caught. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Now Huntley. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now. 3rd and goal. A run with Huntley. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Allen now on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Up the middle they go. Huntley, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Allen. Buying time to his left. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Tyler Bass now for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. On 1st down, Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Gregory Rousseau, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything, every trick play I can think of in order to try and get the upset win.
45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. 17-0 our score after 1. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
After the sack on 1st down, Allen, and he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14, coming up tonight, we got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night, you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
You know, I always talk about when teams line up for long field goals that you should be in a safe defense.
Right.
But you're also in a position here where this is a makeable kick. So rushing it is also part of this strategy. Maybe they use their aggressiveness against them on that fake.
Yeah, with a low trajectory, they're coming in hot, trying to block it. And you're right, and obviously it worked out. Now Wilson on 1st down. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Wilson. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that stems the tide just a little, but this still a 2-touchdown game.
And I think that maybe that was a bit of a calming drive for this offense, and that's exactly what they needed. They were able to move the ball. They did some good things. It's still the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to go.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Allen going to throw. And Diggs has it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. It's caught by Davis. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On the run, it's Huntley. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they were backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for New York. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. From the 27, Allen. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Allen. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. From the 41, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. John Franklin Myers. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And check down complete to Hall. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati. And it's the Browns who are out on top. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Kirk Cousins, 4 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down. All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Allen off the bootleg. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On 1st down, Huntley. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Bass on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the 1st.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Paul on a give up the middle. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Wilson. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. The Bills getting set to go. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. On play action, Allen. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run it here with Huntley. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. Allen now looks to throw. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Huntley. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Berrios, complete. They'll give to Hall. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84, and on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he has has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Again, they'll throw with Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
On first down, Huntley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bills get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And New York set to take the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 25 on second down, Wilson. This one caught by Davis. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. Wilson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, you know, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quinnen Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this